it's interesting that in Kazakhstan relationships becomes still you say hello. It's really important how to say hello to guys who older than you. Can I show you example?
Yeah.
If I'm respectful, I'm gonna say you hello like this one, two hands. If I put the second hand, it means I want to show you my respectful. If I say hello like this one, it means that I say hello to a person who younger than me, or I won't show him my disrespect. So I shake only one hand, not two. So it's interesting. Hello? Hello. Sorry.
And on that note,
That's all the time we have, I think.
well, guys, not only we're going to be talking about relationships in the church, but also today, as you can see in the front, we have some tea. Danielle is going to explain the reason why we're doing some tea today.
Yeah, because in Kazakhstan, we now in Kazakhstan, tea is like part of our relationships. We always drink tea together with our friends, our family. In our church also, you was in our church. After ministry, we have tea. Because tea is like important part of our culture. It's help to show your hospitality, helps to show your friendship to guys who have time with you. So today I wanna show you my hospitality and friendship for you. So let me just
Sounds
do a
good.
little bit tea for you.
Please do.
Yeah, it's cool Chinese tea. It leaves, not dust from Indian roads like you used to drink.
Now, while you're doing that, why don't you tell us a little bit about the tea table that you've got?
It's a Chinese tea table, and so I make a tea like a traditional Chinese ceremony. I like it because it's always a way to serve each other. Because I always can make a little bit new tea for you. I always can give you something like cup or teapot, something else. So we are all the time in some actions together. So because of it, I really like Chinese tea ceremony. It helps me to make relationships with people, with youth, with unbelievers. Because when I invite somebody to drink my tea, I have them for 2 hours maybe, and I can tell about Jesus, about another things. You see here in the middle of the desk, it's text from Chinese Bible. God is love. Yeah. So let's drink some tea, guys.
This is awesome.
Now, no matter what temperature it is outside, you guys are drinking boiling hot tea.
Yeah. We drink it when it's cold outside, when it's hot outside, all the time. Oh, so good.
I love how we're just. Well, I was just realizing this before we started filming is that it's so impressive how God has allowed us to not only film all across in the other side of the world, but to be able to mesh cultures,
Yeah.
bring different aspects of it, and that's so impressive on our relationship and our friendship that we've developed. How I can bring my culture, how you can bring your culture, but also we can enjoy culture, new culture here in Kazakhstan. Just develop this friendship even more because we serve one God.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that God is the same God in Kazakhstan, in the U.S., Guatemala, England, wherever we are.
In China.
China, yeah. Same God. Same God. So today we're talking about creating relationships, but not only that, maintaining relationships. And this is one way that you are able to create and maintain relationships. So how do you use this tea ceremony to do that?
So this tea desk, it's like Platsdarm. You know what is Platsdarm? like a starting place for relationships with unbelievers. Well, for me, because here in Kazakhstan, I sometimes sell a little bit Chinese tea, and when I see guy who like bought it 2 or 3 times, I just invite him for free tea ceremony. And if it's a person who love tea, of course he come. And I started to boil best tea that I have when we speak about Jesus. Yeah. We started to drink cool tea. I give them best that I have, and we speak about everything. And in time, absolutely in all our tea ceremony, guys started asking me, why did you start to drink Chinese tea? And it's time when I can speak about Jesus. Tell them my testimony, because tea was a way by which one Jesus saved me from the addiction. This stuff really helped me, and I can tell about this. I can tell my testimony because of tea. Or if they didn't ask me why you started tea, if they start asking what is the letters in middle of desk, I said Jesus loves you, and it's God is love. So it's cool that we can talk about Jesus tea. And when I speak with Christians, tea ceremony is a good way to relax, to feel like good. I think you can feel it right now. So relaxing atmosphere, and we can feel closer, love each other, and speak in love of Jesus.
It does help to just relax yourself and just, I don't know, feel welcomed and enjoying that we're doing something together. So it does help create that aspect of friendship. That we're doing something together.
Yeah.
We're enjoying something together.
It is 1 o'clock in the morning, but I still feel like I can, we can relax and really have a good conversation. That's why this is going to be a nice toned down episode.
Oh yeah.
Because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're chilling with the boys having tea. This is a cool way of creating those relationships. And, there's 1,000 different ways that you can create and maintain relationships. But I think first and foremost, it should be something that's natural to you, right? Like, I'm not that good at playing soccer, for example. So I'm not going to use soccer as a way to create relationships. I love playing football. I love music. And I can use that as a way to create relationships. Like you said, this is a way that God brought you out of addiction. And now you can use this to minister to those who are in a similar situation as you, or just, to anybody that you'd like. And it's natural to you.
For me, it's running.
Yeah.
I love running. I've been able to not only meet with people, enjoy a run together, but also I've gone to a few what they call praise and runs. So we talk about Jesus, we pray, and then we run. It's a great way of enjoying exercise together, but we also enjoy a moment of prayer, a moment where we can just connect with Jesus as well.
I don't like run. It sounds cool.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, but it's a great way of connecting with people and just building those relationships.
And also in Kazakhstan, we told that if you want to make good relationships with somebody, invite him to the dinner. It's really important to eat together, to have relationships, because when you eat, you feel good, you relax, and you become closer again, like with tea. So here in Kazakhstan, we like to have dinners together with our family, with our friends. Not every dinner, but sometimes we make it, and we really love it.
It's important to do something that is natural to you, that you feel comfortable in. But then also it's important that once you start, you keep going, right? So we have a relationship because I've known you for a long time. And even when I go back home to the US, we keep in touch, right? So what are some ways that we all create relationships and then stay in touch?
Honestly, a great way of staying in touch. Social media is a great way, but also daily checkups on your friends. That's also a great way. I feel like that creates that aspect of I really care about you.
Yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
that intentionality.
We've done it. Even though I'm at work, you always go like, "Hey, how you doing? How's your day going?"
Mm-hmm.
And that is a friendship. It does create the sense of you caring about how I'm doing, not just asking for the sake of asking, but like really caring about the friendship that we've developed as well.
And I think it's important to be a person who ask, not who wait.
Yeah.
Somebody asking him. And it's really important in family because for me it's like really hard to speak with my wife when I come after work because I tired. I'm from road. I won't eat. I won't drink. But I know that she like wait me, and she wait some stories because I am the one way from where she can take information about my life and about world about around of me. So when I prepared to the marriage, well, there was a pastor who like have meetings with me and my wife. His name is Edik. He from German. So he like how you name it when somebody married you?
He officiated the wedding.
Yeah, he officiated our wedding. So he told me that it's really important in way to the home from job, thinking about what you can tell your wife.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I make it, and I come home with stories. So, hello, honey. This so good day. I saw this one, and here's this one, and she happy that I want to uh, invite her in my life
Mm-hmm.
and show something from my life. It's really, really important. And some guys didn't make it. They just come to home quiet because guys always quiet.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to speak enough. A lot. But it's important for her. So because of it, it's cool to be a person who can first make some actions for relationship.
Mm-hmm. And be the first one to be vulnerable. Not only the good things, but the bad things as well. Yeah.
Well,
Like you don't just tell your wife about the
ah,
good things in your day.
yeah.
You tell her about the bad things as well. Yeah.
I don't have bad things in my life because I have teeth.
Jesus and tea.
He fixes everything.
My grandmother has, I think it's a pillow, and it says, she's British. It says, tea is the answer. It doesn't matter what the question is.
Same in Kazakhstan.
So then what are some difficulties that we find in these relationships in discipleship, if we can call it that? Because it's not always the easiest, right? What are some hardships and what are some ways that we can get past those hardships? For example, I tend to stretch myself too thin. Like I'll talk to a whole lot of people, but then I won't stay in touch with them.
Yeah.
Like it's, I tend to have my core people.
Mhm.
By core people, I mean like 2 or 3 people that I'll stay in touch with. And then everybody else is just kind of an afterthought. Um, so I try to kind of split up my week
Yeah.
and maybe I'll talk to like 2 people a day. And then by the end of the week, that's 14 people,
Mhm.
So it's not overwhelming to have to talk to every single person every day. But I'm still, and I'm not very good at it yet. I'm trying to get into that routine. But kind of splitting that up and being that way, I have intentional time with more people and not just forgetting about people.
For me, mainly is falling into my routine and just falling back into not talking to anybody. Just focusing on my routine and then forgetting that I have people that are interested in what I'm doing and the people that are like looking to see how I'm doing and forgetting that and not reaching out. Yeah, that's the hardest part for me. Is just trying to remind myself to reach out as well, not just fall in the routine of work, home.
And for me, hardest part is don't choose friends.
Mhm.
So I think all of us have like guys with whom we can be in cool relationships. We like it, but also we have people with whom we don't have relationships. Don't like to have relationships. Like example in our church, sometimes comes guys with mental illness. Some of them like old guys, and they all the time try to make relationships with me. All the time he comes to me and started to speak, and when I understand that he is not like normal, it's a fight inside of me. I want to say, oh brother, sorry, I don't have time, I should go, but I understand that he need me to listen him. Maybe for him doesn't matter what I tell to him, but it's important to him to I listen him. So I just fight by myself and listen them, and all the time it's gives a good result. They comes to church again
Mhm.
because they know that there is a place where somebody can just listen them. I think it's
Mhm.
cool that yes, they guy with mental problem, but they can be in church.
Mhm.
Why not?
Sometimes just opening that door and being welcoming to people is the first step that we need to take, but we don't take it because it's going out of our comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. Now, we live in different parts of the world. So like I've been into uh churches in England, Guatemala, and we're here in Kazakhstan. Um, what are some of the differences between all of our churches? Like I know in the American church, it's very common for people to go and then leave as soon as church is over.
Mhm.
And that makes it a bit more difficult to create those relationships because people have too, they're too busy. They want to go to dinner, they want to go to lunch, they want to go see the game, whatever it is. So in the American church, it's hard to just even get someone to create a relationship. But what about some of these other churches?
For example, in Guatemala, it's a lot more common to just not necessarily stay, but is super common of just like grabbing your group of friends and going to get lunch afterwards. I remember for me Sundays was always okay. Sunday service is over. We used to go, some of them were serving at kids ministry, so we met at their office at the kids building. We just be like, okay, so where are we going? And it was just that community afterwards, and just like it didn't stop after the service. It was always okay. What's the plan? Where are we going? How many people can we fit in one car? Because only one person driving. But it was always, what can we do after?
Mhm.
What can we do to continue this relationship and continue the community and keep talking about Jesus? It was always, where are we going?
Now, is Guatemala, what's the main religion in Guatemala? Is it Catholic?
Yeah, it well, it's kind of like 50-50 between Catholic and Christian.
Hmm.
Not Catholic is Christianity.
I like,
You mean like Protestant?
yeah, I don't know how to explain it because over there we don't use
Oh, you don't use.
denominations. It's
Oh,
just, yeah, over there it's just either you're Catholic or Christian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds funny.
Yeah, so we don't really use denominations.
Now here in Kazakhstan, it's really important. Who are you?
Yeah, there's a big almost divide between like,
Yeah.
traditional Baptist and more like charismatic churches. So that's a difficulty there when it comes to creating relationships.
A lot of guys in Kazakhstan, it's a problem. Like example, I was a guy who didn't speak with like charismatics before because I thought that they're like not a Christians, some strange guys. But let's come back to the question about how to have relationships in your church. So you said that in your church after ministry everybody just gone.
Mhm.
Uh, but in Emmanuel Church in Almaty, where we make ministry, we try to, no, we understand that church is not only preach or worship, it's friendship. For us, it's really important. So because of it, after main ministry, always have lunch
Mhm.
for everybody who comes in our church. Some cookies, sandwiches, sausages, tea, coffee, everything. Candies. In summer, it's like fruits, watermelon, melona, and we can like eat it, have conversations, ask each other how are you going, what about your life, what you do now, and after that we started second part of our ministry is teaching. We have different teaching for adults and for youth. So we have like special youth ministry, usually after Sunday ministry, and we have teaching, and all the church stay together. Uh, they can like we have special books for teaching, and everybody have homework. It's like in school, but it's nice because we can stay together after ministry. This means we come not only for preaching, we come to see each other and have conversation.
Honestly, that is awesome because it genuinely creates that aspect of like this is not just a Sunday sermon and then I'm gone.
Mhm.
It genuinely creates a family.
Yes.
Here in Kazakhstan, like we said, there's that big divide between traditional Baptist and charismatic.
Yes.
And how has that created difficulty in creating relationships?
Yeah, in Kazakhstan, it's really important in Christian community to understand who you are. So first, I think not first, but maybe second question that we ask each other when we speak with Christians, from what in church? So what is your teaching? Sometimes it's helpful because we have a lot of like fake churches that have like strange teaching who said just everything that people wants to hear. So maybe it's like useful to know maybe near you like person from this church, and you should be careful. But sometimes it's like make a big like problems between in relationships because Baptistic thinks here that only they are true.
Mhm.
Pentecostal thinks that Baptistic don't have like full not full on Holy Spirit,
Mhm.
and Adventist thought that Baptistic and Pentecostal wrong that they have ministry at Sunday, not at Saturday. It's funny. I had one guy. He bought my tea, and I see the picture on his WhatsApp, and said that it's Jesus. So I asked him, "Who is on your picture?" He said, "It's Jesus, our Savior." I said, "Oh, cool. You're a Christian. You're like my. We have one belief." He said, "I'm from Adventist church." I said, "I'm from Baptistic church." He said, "Oh, we're not like brothers."
Mhm.
And
Wow.
why? But because we celebrate Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh my! I just said here, so brother. For me, brother, everybody who loves Jesus, follow him, have a ministry. So everybody who loves Jesus and follow him, my brothers. And he maybe thought like minutes or more. He said, "Okay, you're my brother." It was weird. Why we shouldn't be brothers if we like have a ministry in different days?
Mhm.
In my past, I was like this guy because I thought only Baptistic church like true, but after that, God, Jesus showed me a lot of guys from charismatic Pentecostal Adventistic church who really like Jesus, who really love Jesus, who has cool ministry, cool testimony, and I understand that like every Christian is Christian, every Christian is my brothers. Well, like you're not Baptist,
Mhm.
but we're brothers.
Hmm.
Is this guy not Baptist?
Tell me about it.
Don't tell anybody. But we have cool like relationships. We have one ministry.
Mhm.
Sometimes we make something together, and it's cool. in oh, yeah, forget this. In global church we're together.
Mhm.
So I like
We're all serving under one God.
it. Uh-huh. One Jesus. We don't have Kazakh Jesus and American. Maybe somebody thinks that we have. No. Only one Jesus.
That's right.
One God. One
Belief.
one belief.
Mhm.
One wife.
Yeah. Many T's.
Yeah, a lot of tears.
Yes. That we have a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting seeing the relationships that one can build when we put aside religion and we just think about love for Jesus and God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I have a question. So everybody of us have our special ministry.
Mhm.
Like for me, it's youth.
Mhm.
What is for you?
Youth.
Youth.
You and for you, youth too.
Yeah.
So we have youth ministries.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing for creation relationships with your youth?
Mm.
Something special. Like I'll show you an example. I was with my youth at some camp. I can't remember which one, and I understand that they talk about stuff that I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
That was Witcher. I'm like not old guy, but I don't really like computer games. So I didn't saw this movie and I didn't play this game. But I won't be in touch with them. So I find books of Witcher.
Mhm.
I read all of them. And now I can be in touch with my youth because I understand them.
Hmm.
Understand what about they told. And I know better than they because they only play the game, but I read the books. So I make it for them and that was like amazing. It's really good. I like it. And now we can be in touch.
Mhm.
Your father give me this example. When I talked with him, maybe 2 years ago, Pastor Colin, I asked him how you make so cool relationships with your sons. And he said, my sons never gonna find some of them to tell with me.
Mhm.
To tell with me. I should find them. So
Mhm.
I look at them, look what they like, and make it too. Like you, my sons like gym.
Mhm.
I make it too to have good relationships and time with them.
Yeah.
It was cool example for me. I take it and I use it all the time. Family, church, and job. Everywhere.
I think just like you said in the beginning about being intentional and being the one to take the step as opposed to waiting for somebody else. There's two ways you can take that. Just like my dad was saying, find something that they're interested in, right? Whether it's movies or video games or sports, whatever it is. If they're interested in something, see if you can be interested in that too, right? Even if it is the music that they like, whatever it is, you can join them in that, or you can invite them to do something that you like. Like we love pickleball.
Yeah.
We cook and no pickleball.
I noticed.
You know that sport?
We'll have to teach you.
Yeah, we'll teach you. Well, this will be our ministry to you. It's pickleball. Yeah. Danny is great at pickleball. I am okay.
I love it. Well, this is a great example because when we go back, I know one of the guys that I've had the pleasure of meeting and having a great time with him. He is leaving for college.
Shout out to Josh.
Josh, this is for you.
Hello, Josh.
He's leaving for college and he's going to be 4 hours away.
Kind of rude, to be honest.
So I won't be able to see him. So his last day is the same day that we get back. So even though I might be tired and jet lagged for flying 16 hours,
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go play pickleball with him because it's the last time that I'm gonna be able to like have a good time with him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Real man. Sorry.
Yeah, so pickleball is something that we love to do. So we invite people to play pickleball. Or what else? Like the
Frisbee.
the frisbee. Yeah. We back during COVID when I, was running the young adult ministry.
movie Friday.
That's right. There was kind of this divide of the older young adults and the ones that had just graduated high school. And I was trying to figure out a way to bring everybody together. So I, once all the, mask mandates and stuff were lifted, I invited everybody to my house, and we watched all the Marvel movies,
Oh,
all the way through Endgame.
so how many days it take?
It took a lot. It was one a week, right?
Oh,
Yeah, every Friday. But in the beginning, you could kind of see like it in the beginning.
This is what happens when you film at 1 a.m.
Oh, my word, it's
sorry.
this is beautiful. This is our ministry.
I think you should repeat this good experience.
When I started with these movies, it was kind of like one group would sit on that side, the other group would sit on this side.
Well,
But by the end, once we watched Endgame, everybody was, um, hanging out together. And what I realized was it doesn't matter about the movies, right?
no.
After the movies, the movie might end at like 9 o'clock, but I would have snacks. I would have like sodas and stuff, and we would play board games. We'd play Mario Kart, right? We'd be up until like 2 in the morning,
Wow.
and people really got to enjoy each other's company. And in the beginning, it was just okay. Let's play a board game, whatever, whatever. But by the end of it, it's as we're playing this board game, we're having really good conversations.
Mm.
Um, so I say you can either get to know somebody by diving into their interests, or you can get to know somebody by, like this tea example, inviting them into your interests. And obviously you can do both. But it's important that at least one person has the interest, obviously, because
You want to know what I think is the most important part of this to be able to reach people with our ministries?
what's that?
Making a sacrifice.
Mm.
We're always having to sacrifice something. It might be our time, it
Mhm.
might be sacrificing in the way that we're doing something we don't like. Or in my case, it might be sacrificing me resting to be able to just enjoy one last time before Josh leaves for college.
Mhm.
And sometimes it we might not even realize what we're sacrificing, or even if we're sacrificing something, but sacrifice is the beginning of a great relationship and a great impact in somebody,
Mhm.
especially in our ministry that is youth.
Mm, For me, like the hardest sacrifice, um, when I sacrifice my time with family, and it's always really important to like be careful. Like I believe that it's first ministry,
Yeah.
but we also have youth, we also have church here and another ministry, so it's really hard to
Have a balance.
take enough time, have a balance. Sometimes we just should sacrifice by our own time, like maybe with relaxing,
Mhm.
so sleep less, have more time for ministry inside the families and outside the family.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. It's important. It's that
Really, guys, it's not so easy.
we'll get there when we get there. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's very insightful. It's that balance of taking care of yourself,
Uh-huh.
but also really um putting others first. It's difficult.
And I always say this: you cannot give something that you don't have yourself first. So if I want to
It
share
sounds
Jesus, I have to fill myself first before I can give.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's a good thing to think about, is how can you fill yourself up with the Holy Spirit and create your own relationship with God in order to create relationships with other people. Something to think about. So thank you for joining us. We should have told people to have tea while they were listening to this. That's a bummer. All right. Start at the beginning, watch it again, get some tea.
Drink tea.
Drink tea. Do it.
Not dust from Indian rolls with leaves.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yep. And as always, thank you for watching, and we will see you at the next episode.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Salvo.